There's a heartbeat that echoes beneath the noise of the world, deeper than the clatter of machines, stronger than the hum of neon lights. It's the rhythm of hands that build, feet that march, voices that rise. It is the pulse of the working class, of people who rise before the sun, not because they must, but because something inside them knows. The world does not move without them. Today is not just a day, it is a declaration, a call to remember that everything we stand upon, the steel and the stone, the crops in the field, the code in the machine, the blood in the system, all of it bears the fingerprints of labor. International Workers' Day is not just a page in the calendar, it's the flame in the furnace, the shout in the streets, the sweat on the brow. It is the unspoken truth that power is not held by the few who sit above, but by the many who build below. They might wear suits and glass towers, but it's the workers who lay the bricks, wire the walls, type the numbers, carry the weight. They are the invisible engines, the unsung heroes, the reason cities wake and empires rise. But how often are they thanked? How often are they seen? This day, May 1st, was not handed to the people. It was fought for, earned in picket lines and protest chants, forged in sacrifice, bathed in courage, born from the Haymarket Affair when men and women demanded not just fair pay, not just fewer hours, but dignity. The kind of dignity that says, I am more than my labor. I am more than a cog. I am human. They were met with bullets, with prison cells, with silence, but they didn't stop because there's something they understood, something we must never forget. Labor is not a burden. It is a form of love, a force of creation. To work is to shape the world, to raise your hands and say, I will build, I will grow, I will rise. And in that rise, we rise together. You see, work is not just what we do. It's who we are when we are at our best. When we lean into the wind, when we bend but do not break, when we carry more than our share, not because we have to, but because others depend on us. The worker who wakes at dawn to drive a bus through empty streets. The nurse who stays an extra shift because someone's mother needs her. The mason who shapes each stone, knowing it will hold someone's dreams. The coder in a dim-lit room whose lines will power a hospital. The teacher, the farmer, the cleaner, the miner, the mechanic, the mother, the soldier. Each of them is part of something greater, a living chain of effort and sacrifice that holds this world upright. But for too long, we've been told to measure worth by titles, by corner offices and corporate rankings, by the width of a paycheck. But true worth is measured in impact, in how much of your soul you pour into what you do, in how deeply the world changes because you showed up. There is no small job. There is no meaningless task. Every effort is a thread in the fabric of civilization. And yet, too often, workers are overlooked, taken for granted, treated like parts in a machine rather than the very architects of its design. They are asked for more and given less. Their time, their health, their dreams slowly chipped away. But there is power in remembering, in lifting your head, in looking around and seeing the millions like you, hands rough with labor, backs bent by effort, hearts burning with hope. Because the greatest force in the world is not money, it is not weapons, it is not status, it is solidarity. When workers stand alone, they are whispers, but together, they are thunder. That is why this day matters, because it reminds the world and ourselves that no one stands taller than when they stand with others, that no one builds alone, that the dignity of work belongs to all, not just the lucky few. You might not have a spotlight, you might not have applause, but the world runs on your shoulders, and every time you show up, even when you're tired, even when you're unseen, even when the world forgets to say thank you, you're doing something sacred. You're holding the line. You're keeping the lights on, literally and metaphorically. You're proof that greatness does not always wear a crown. Sometimes it wears overalls. Sometimes it punches in and out of time cards. Sometimes it comes home exhausted but proud. There is nobility in labor. There is purpose in persistence. There is honor in the hustle. And yes, the road is hard. There will be days when the weight feels unbearable, when your voice is drowned out, when your worth is questioned. But in those moments, remember this: the pyramids were not built by kings. The cities were not paved by the wealthy. The future will not be written by the comfortable. It will be written by you, the worker, the warrior, the builder of dreams.